G'day guys, in this video we're going to be talking about my 3-month review on my HAWKEYE WRX. G'day guys, so one of the first things I wanted to touch on with this was the kilometers. So I've driven 5,000 kilometers now. It's now on, if you can see it, it's now on, can I get a shade? Yeah, it's now on 65,732. Yeah, so it's still pretty low kilometers. I've driven about 5,500 kilometers in this car. Haven't had any problems with it so far. Yeah, so it's been 3 months. I got it on the 30th of November. Yeah, 30th of November last year. So yeah, so it's definitely treated me well. I mean, I do drive it a bit. I don't really try to drive it to work every single day because the to work and back is about 102 kilometers a day. So will bank the kilometers, I guess, up quite a bit if I drove out to work and back every day. So I kind of try to keep it as like a everyday car, but without going to work in it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, because I want to try to keep the kilometers low, make it last as long as possible. And if I ever did want to sell it, the resale would be decent on it because it's still got pretty low kilometers. Yeah, but I guess another thing that comes with not driving as much is that, well, you don't get as much stone chips, you don't get as much damage, well, not really damage, but like as in wear and tear on the vehicle, on the exterior as such. So this car is still looking pretty much exactly the same as how I bought it. Well, it is looking exactly the same as how I bought it. Other than obviously the modifications I've done to it, which is not really that much. The outside of this car still looks great in my opinion. Looks exactly how I bought it, like I was saying. I'll give you guys some shots of the outside of my car again. So the car's pretty much the exact same as how I bought it when it comes to wear and tear as such. So in my opinion, it's held up pretty well. It's only been 3 months though, so I can't really say it too soon, touch wood. But yeah, so it's held up pretty well. But for a car that's, how old now? It's 2020 now, made in 2005, this one. But it's a 2006 year, so it's a 2006 like 2006 styling as such, but it's a 2005 made year, so it's a bit different. So for a 15-year-old car, honestly, this drives perfect, pretty much how I want it really. Doesn't really, well, make sounds, because I mean it's old. What's it going to do is it's going to make sounds, like you can hear the axle. If I be quiet for a second, but if I slow down, I have to slow down for it. No, it's not going to happen now. Squeaky clutch, obviously, as I've brushed over that before. Obviously I can fix both of them, but that requires money. And yeah, so with the axle, it's just a boot problem, so that people who have replaced the axle from the stock one put, I guess, the wrong one in. So yeah, this car for what, 15 years old, drives I'm guessing how it did brand new. Well, I mean, the engine's only 65,000 years old, so it's not like it's going to feel like it's an old car. But yeah, this car drives phenomenally. But yeah, I mean, makes all the right sounds. I mean, I can't really fault anything, if I'm being honest. Personally, I feel like this car is a pretty good first car. 1 sec, there's a speed bump, I've got to concentrate. I'm not even low and I still scrape sometimes on speed bumps. That's a big one though, so that's not your usual speed bump. But yeah, in my opinion, the Rexes are a pretty good first car because, I mean, they're not really, well, I mean, you can get one that's pretty cheap actually, but I mean, for the price you're paying, you're getting a very, very, very good car. That's no argument against that. Like, you're getting power. I mean, power can be unsafe, but at the same time, power can definitely save you from situations. Like, say for instance, you accidentally pull out in front of a truck or something, and they can't stop in time, so you can speed up a bit quicker. Or say if it's extremely busy, another speed bump. Say if it's extremely busy or something, and you need to find a gap, but there's literally no gap. I mean, you can pull out, obviously not cut anyone else because that'd be stupid, but like, as in, you can go where, say, a little Yaris or something couldn't go. I mean, they're making a pretty cool Yaris now, which would be sick. I'd love one of them. Anyways, but yeah, so there's some pretty cool, yeah, so there's definitely some pretty cool aspects about this car. In my opinion, it's a pretty safe car. It's all-wheel drive. You can't really spin out or anything or do something stupid in it, which is good. So yeah, I personally think that this is a very good choice for your first car. If you can afford it. They're not cheap, that's for sure. They're not the cheapest things. I mean, you can get one cheap, but the only problem with that is if you went too cheap, Subarus are known, if you beat on them as such, they won't last the longest. I mean, they are known to have a few problems and whatnot. But I mean, so is every car, so it's not like it's the first car in the world to, oh no, it has problems, so don't touch it. It's not like an RX-8. I mean, even RX-8s, if you look after them, they'll last you a while. This car, even, like, if you look after this car, everyone goes on about how to give them a bad name, oh, you're going to have head gasket problems and everything. If you look after this car will be one of the longest lasting faithful cars you'll ever own. I mean, I haven't had this car, I've only had this car for 5,000 kilometers, so I'm not really saying that in personal experience, but from what I've heard, if you look after this car, you've got absolutely nothing to worry about. I baby this car to the death of it. So, I mean, I really shouldn't have anything to worry about. I mean, 60,000 kilometers before this. Hopefully they haven't completely, I don't know, gone ballistic on it as such. Well, when I bought the car, it's completely stock. So I've got a good deal. If you can find one that's stock, it's better, because I mean, if people have modified it, they can have problems with their gearbox and head gaskets and all that and whatnot. So I mean, every car has problems if you modify it though, so it's best to find, if you're looking into a car, obviously one that's not modified. But yeah, it's definitely, for the first 3 months that I've had it, it's definitely something that I haven't regretted. That's hands down, I haven't regretted it at all. I enjoy driving it every single day. I always look forward, make excuses to go places just because I want to drive it. Yeah, the family likes it, it's practical, it's got 5 seats. I mean, you can't really use all 5 seats unless you got little person in the middle or little 3 people. Obviously it's not the most comfortable thing if you've got cramped of people, because you don't have that much leg room in the back. But I mean, you have enough to fit 4 people for a few, like for instance, my family, we went for a 2.5 hour trip, and I mean, they were fine. I understood it was just a bit bumpy in the back, because Subarus, that's one thing, Subarus have pretty stiff suspension, so if you're looking for a nice comfortable ride for the whole family and everything, maybe the Rex isn't the best choice. Obviously it's not, like it's not stiff that you can't go anywhere, but it's stiff so you can't, I mean, it's not going to be the most comfortable ride in the back. Like, I don't really care about it in the front because I've weighed up the sacrifice. I actually quite like the stiff sort of feel of car. So what's coming for the car is soon I'm going to be lowering it. I mean, there's going to be a new exhaust going on it. That'd be a while down the track though. I'm not doing full cat back or anything. I'm just going to be doing an axle back. In Australia on my P's, I can't actually do anything but an axle back. So I'm going to do everything as legal as I can. So I don't, if I get pulled up, I don't have to worry about the police jumping on me saying defecting my car and everything, because that's the last thing I want to be worrying about when I'm driving around. I know when there's police behind me or police in front of me, I don't have to worry about them confiscating my car as such. I plan on by the end of the year pretty much having it how I want it. Maybe, possibly buy another car and start on that one. Yeah, so let me know what car you guys want me to buy next actually. At the moment, I'm looking at something Japanese, probably like a Skyline or a Sylvia. I've been looking at RX-8 as well, just for something different. Not many people do builds on them. I love my rotaries. But yeah, so let me know what build you guys want me to do next. Obviously it's not going to be anytime soon, but it's something to think about at least. Back to the car, the next thing I wouldn't mind talking about would be fuel economy. That's one of the downsides of this car. On the highway I'm around about probably 12 every 100 kilometers. In the city, bit ashamed to say, but it's about 16.4, 17. So it's far from cheap on fuel. I fill up 98, BP 98. This car needs premium to run. So, I mean, that's another thing to think of, because obviously the fuel price, I mean, in Australia it could be different in the other side, on different countries and everything, but in Australia fuel isn't cheap. I feel sorry for all you New Zealanders that have to pay like a ridiculous amount just to fill up their tank. That wouldn't be fun at all, especially when you got a fuel guzzling car. But I mean, that's something you got to weigh up, I guess, when you buy a performance car. It's definitely not going to be cheap on fuel. So what I've done to this car, I'll talk about next. I've done nothing when it comes to performance. I mean, I've decreased the performance by adding de-adding. I blocked off my blow-off valve, so I'll put a clip in of what that sounds like. So yeah, in my opinion, it sounds pretty good. I mean, yeah, you do lose performance. Yeah, it's very controversial and whatnot, but I like the sound of it. I don't really care. What else? I put a wing on the back. I got that painted by guys across the road. They're awesome. Put a lip on the front of it. Rims, I got 18 by 8.5 plus 42. So it's not the most aggressive setup, but in my opinion, they look pretty good. I mean, people either love them or hate them. Personally, I love them. What else? I think that's actually it, for being honest. Oh, I've done the banner stickers. There's another sticker back there. From the last meet that I went to, tuned. Check out my last video on tuned. That was an awesome meet to go to. That was by far the best meet I've ever been to. That was awesome. Really well hosted and everything. So yeah, I'll put that in description. That video. So yeah, it probably really wasn't that much of a review. I mean, I tried, but I'm not the best at it. I'm not the best at really recording, if I'm being honest. Well, I mean, you guys can tell, because I mean, I'm still new to it all and everything. You gotta start somewhere, I guess. Hey, I'm trying to get all the big modifications out of the way, the most expensive ones, so then I can have more. After that, I can have more uploads on what I'm doing to the car, because I can do it weekly, because I can afford it doing it weekly. So I can move on to like the less expensive stuff as such. But yeah, definitely 100% comment on what videos you want to see, because I need some video ideas. I'm going to a meet, another car meet tomorrow, and that'll be good. So that's not J. Oh, it is. You can see obviously some JDM cars there, but it's mainly going to be like a bit of everything. There'll be some Aussie cars there, so I'll show you some of them. Like obviously the Commodores. You've got some of the old cars and everything there as well. It's pretty cool, really. It's a lot of different types of car enthusiasts there as such. So yeah, I'll definitely record that, and that'll probably be the next video. If you guys have anything else you would like to see, 100% comment it. Anyways, if you guys like this video, like I said earlier, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with your mates, family, friends, etc. See you next Saturday, I guess. Catch you later.